and welcome to episode 2 of the Social Outcast podcast. I am the Ancient One, and these are my two co-hosts.
I'm Blitz, your host from Man the Scene. As always, great to have you with us.
And...
The Radical Machine.
Okay.
That's a new one.
Yeah, I just came up with it. In case I go on YouTube solo.
In case you do? That didn't sound very confident.
Oh, I told Marshall that I wanted to do a video series.
Well, tell us about it. You can't just, tease that and
Well,
not...
I haven't started it.
You can still tell us what's on your mind.
OVAs for music or for songs.
That's it?
That's all I got for now.
All right, then. I'll keep working on it. I'm actually planning on expanding my brand. Games Lost to the Ages, obviously the flagship series. And at some point, I'm probably going to do videos on like how to make your own homemade game from scratch, or how to use the editors in different games to set up your own campaigns or mods or something.
Are you going to do Bloxel?
Probably not. I don't even know what that is, so that's the reason why.
You're the only one laughing, Chrissy.
You know what it is, right?
No.
It's on commercial. I'm not even on YouTube that much, and I know this.
You're on YouTube plenty enough. You listen to all the podcasts.
So. On episode 14. Which I haven't even started.
Oh, so wait, are you going off of...
the website.
Oh, okay. That's funny.
I like to binge from the beginning.
Anyway, so, the Ancient One... I can't take credit for that. I totally ripped it. We saw Doctor Strange tonight.
Ah, okay.
How
was it?
It was beautiful in 3D. And you might say, ugh, 3D? Garbage. Never want to go to it ever again.
I doubt people would say that.
Doctor Strange.
I mean, people were kind of justified in saying that, though, because a lot of times they're charging you like $5 more for half-assed 3D effects. I mean...
Well, this one was worth it. This one was worth it, definitely. Because there's like a lot of magic circles and glowy stuff.
And then there's
so they can kind of like animate that so that it kind of pops out a little bit more.
Yeah, like it layers really well and it looks really cool. So
yeah, see, that's the thing with 3D movies. It's really... They can either be really lazy and completely pointless. The 3D remakes of Star Wars and Jurassic Park come to mind. And then there's the exact opposite where they go so overboard with the 3D that they spent so much time working on that the movie sucks because they didn't actually work on a coherent story or good characters or even anything that's worth holding your attention for more than 5 minutes.
Yeah, well, this one was cool enough.
Would you get Jurassic Park 3D?
No.
Yeah, we didn't even see it, those.
No, I would not go see Jurassic Park 3D. I didn't even go see Jurassic World in 3D. But
I don't think any of us did.
Like, a lot of people, though, like, especially one of my coworkers, was, like, swearing by it. And it's like, you're missing out if you don't go see this movie in 3D. And so I got off of work at 3 today. And I'm like, all right, well, let's see what times there are. So I got off 3:30. Ran in, told Chrissy to check the movie times for 3D, and quickly changed out of my work clothes and got into the car. And she turns to me and she's like, "There's one at 3:40." I'm like, okay, let's try and make it. We got there as the last trailer was playing.
Yeah.
Nice. See, that's the best. They make you sit through trailers that are not really that interesting, in
I
my
like watching
opinion.
trailers.
And usually it's like 10 minutes of them.
Yeah, true. But yeah, we got in right as the last one was playing, and Marvel really outdid themselves with their intro sequence.
The
Hmm.
after movies were good too.
It's like a literal like MJR ripoff almost,
Yeah.
where like as MJR's like spinning and like setting it up, and it's like, oh, these are the movies that kind of came out this year. These are the popular ones.
And then they have that song that they've been playing for like over 10 years.
Right. Well, except with
Along with
Marvel,
it.
it's like the typical hero soundtrack with like scenes from various
Yeah.
Marvel movies. It looked really cool.
Anyone not listening to this in Michigan would probably not know what we're talking about.
What does MJR stand for? Do you know?
I thought it had something to do with the owners. Let me look
He's
that
just
up.
right.
You researching it right now?
Yep.
Okay.
Oh my God! It's literally movies just right. Okay.
All right, there you go.
I'll
I thought
believe
it
you.
maybe stood for like who the
Because-
owners or founders
I
were.
heard this while I was working there.
Sure. Yeah. Okay. I guess it's just a Michigan thing. Okay. Whatever. So, I have a news update.
Enlighten us.
That I just saw from abcnews.go.com. The title reads 2.8 million washing machines being recalled over explosion risk
So first, your cell phones.
by
Are-
Samsung.
Trevor Noah said.
Wait, wait, are you serious?
Yes. Samsung and the U.S. Consumer Product Safety Commission are recalling 2.8 million of Samsung's top-loading washing machines after reports that 730 units exploded.
No, they have to be pulling your leg. There's no way.
It's on ABC News by Gary Wagshaw, Gio Benitez, and Connor Ferguson. November 4th, 2016, 7:13 a.m. Eastern Time.
Okay, that's either the
Oh
greatest
my
prank of all
God.
time or the most pathetic thing I've ever heard. I mean, what do they make their stuff out of? Nitroglycerin? Is Samsung like secretly a arms manufacturer and they're like mixing up the ingredients? So like, this should go into our new smart bombs.
Today I
smart
learned
bombs? Smart
Samsung.
bombs? I thought you said smartphone.
Today I learned Samsung translates into ISIS.
Trevor
I
Noah
wouldn't
made
go
a
that
great
far.
joke.
That's a little.
No, you're doing a bad
That's a
job
little
when you
too
make
far,
a box
but-
of water explode.
Pretty much. Oh my God. I was literally just scrolling through Reddit like right before we went on.
Oh, they probably had a field day with that.
And I saw this and I'm like, I'm not going to say anything and I'm just going to bring this up on the show just for kicks. Holy crap. Samsung is literally just like the worst.
they're
Top-rated
imploding
comment.
or exploding, depending on how you look at it.
Oh, wait, hold up. Just tell us which Samsung devices won't blow up in our faces, please. And
I know, right?
the next one is just wait a few weeks and get ready to buy some Samsung stock while it's bottomed out.
Yeah, well, the thing is, they might go out of business, so you might even lose money on that investment.
Very true. Oh my God.
That's a joke.
I
That's-
saw this. I'm
that's
like,
ridiculous.
this has got to be like on Not the Onion or The Onion. And it's like, no, this is like an official thing apparently.
What's not the onion?
Not the Onion is like is a subreddit that has ridiculous titles, but they're like actual news stories.
Oh, like Florida Man.
Like no, well yes, but like one of them today was 911 dispatch reports of 9 squirrel attacks 3 severely injured or something like that.
Squirrel?
Yeah, squirrel
They
attacks
like
on
rabid
campus.
squirrels or something.
I don't know. I didn't click on it, but I thought that was pretty damn funny. I saw that. And I'm like, that's great. This is like what the internet's for.
That almost sounds like something that someone could make into one of those extremely stupid and self-aware that it's so stupid horror movies.
You
Oh,
mean
here we
Scary
go.
Movie?
Attack of the man-eating squirrels or something like that.
Well, there's a
And then,
movie
like, and
called
then, like,
Zombie
on-
Beavers.
And then on like the movie poster, it'll be like, it'll make you go nuts.
Oh my god. So
Or
here it is.
Don't let them get your nuts.
So here's the
Or
post.
something like that.
Here's the headline: 911 caller. At least 3 injured in squirrel attack at Deltona Senior Living Facility.
Oh my gosh! What were they doing there? Like, how does that even happen? They must have just like angered a whole nest full of them or something, and they just snapped. I don't know. I mean, animals are strange. They do weird things, but
I mean,
squirrels?
like a couple
Squirrels
weeks
are like
ago.
the most docile creatures you'll ever see.
Oh
Like, they-
no! Like a couple
Sloths.
weeks ago, we were just sitting here, just hanging out, relaxing, watching TV. I think we were watching Stranger Things a couple weeks ago. We had the door open. It was nice. It was one of the nicer days in September or October. And just all of a sudden we hear like this thunk and like the window rattling. I'm like, the hell? Like, did someone throw something at our window? And look up and there's a freaking squirrel crawling on the screen.
Climbed almost to the
Oh,
top.
but see, that's not that out of the blue. I mean, I've shown you that picture of my cat climbing the screen.
This is a
Well, yeah, but
squirrel,
that's a
wild
cat trying to
animal.
like escape out.
Actually, I think it was chasing a bug or something.
And then
That
it just
too.
jumped down.
Like,
I don't know,
nothing
but
ever happened.
squirrels' instincts are the climb. I mean, they actually have really good agility. Like, I've actually seen them like hang from a tree branch that's like falling off the tree and like actually successfully not fall off and climb its way all the way up to the trunk before the branch goes down. That's a true story. I've actually seen that.
Right. Well, I have some depressing news. For
Oh.
us, mainly. Want to know what it is?
What?
Prepare for in 2017, Gary Oldman, Lily James, and Ben Mendelsohn will be reenacting Winston Churchill's charge against Hitler's army in the early days of World War II in Darkest Hour.
Oh, see, there was already a movie with that title from like 5 years ago, though.
Yeah.
So
after
we get all right.
And it was
so
in
to get-
Russia,
all right, so-
and it was
okay.
about fighting aliens that suck electricity from our planet.
Okay, so we
Oh.
got to give the audience
Yeah, I
some
remember that
context here. So, the working title for part 1 of our novel in the works is Darkest Hour.
Yep, there you
So-
go.
Oh, I didn't even know that part.
I told you like 70 times.
Have you been living on this planet at all?
Yeah.
Weren't you like even in like the Facebook group that we had a long time ago?
Yeah, she was. She was in that
How do
Facebook
you
group.
not
I don't think
know
I read
this?
that much
Oh.
of the actual story.
Well, anyway, yeah. So that was the working title of part 1. Which, funny thing, I don't think we have a working title for parts 2 or 3.
I have a title for part 3.
This is news to me.
It's just the series name, Legacy of Demonic.
Should
Or Demonic Legacy or
Demonic
whatever.
Legacy, that's what
I
it
thought
is.
I thought the series name was the Ether Legacy.
Shouldn't he name that
What?
the third part?
No. Third
Like-
part's mine.
Oh.
Oh my god, pay attention!
Well, yeah, really, this is embarrassing. You've known this guy for how long? He's been telling you this
11,
stuff for how
12
long?
years? More? More, actually. Yeah.
So, speaking of writing, what do you
Yeah.
got for me? Did you actually follow through on your
Yeah, I did.
He
Uh-huh.
told you he did. I
Chrissy,
heard that part.
Chrissy, stand witness. This page and a half.
hold on, Chrissy. I need you to raise your right hand.
I'm eating.
She raised her right hand. She's sucking soup from a bowl.
Okay, and I need you to say, I do solemnly swear.
I do solemnly swear that I am up to no good.
That's not what I was going to have you say. I was going to say, I do solemnly swear that Marshall Scott has indeed written content for his book.
I do solemnly swear that Marshall Scott has written content for his book.
I sound so generic with the last name of Scott. Ugh.
Sounds better than
I don't know. You could have a more generic name like Smith.
Yeah,
or
I think mine
or a
is
certain
worse.
other person in our ring of friends. His
Ayo.
name is so generic, he actually cameoed on a Robot Chicken episode.
He's also a golfer.
And a football player, too.
Oh yeah, I showed that to Marshall.
And a
Can't
heavy
believe it.
steroid user.
Oh, okay, that's a low blow. That's a low blow. That's
Oh, I'm sorry. Wait, what was that, Mister? I work out now. Gonna start wearing muscle shirts and everything.
okay. All right. So
Walking around with the sunglasses.
okay. So again, context here. So for all you out there listening, a
Segues,
long
man.
time ago, in the land of America,
Oh, jeez.
when I turned, when the buffalo still roamed the plains of North America,
Oh.
I turned 18, and I had a little bit of cash mainly because of graduation gifts and everything. So, being the wise young man that I was, I decided, hey, I'm gonna have to stay fit, because this is a scary world, and at any point, fitness might actually come in handy. After all, rule number 1 is cardio.
And you had to go down to Detroit every day for school.
That's kind of besides the point. But anyway,
Taking martial arts
so the point
classes
is,
for
I decided it would be a good idea to get a gym membership. And at first it was just a month-to-month thing. And then they said, hey, you've been here a while. You could just get yourself a lifetime membership, which is equivalent to about 5 years worth of fees. And then every year after that's basically free for you. And being the wise young man that I was, so informed about the ways of this world, I agreed to it, signed it, and sunk about $650 into this thing. Oddly enough, 9 months later, the whole chain went out of business.
Well, I hope they put your money to good use.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
heard that the chain went out of business because the owner got a divorce and he didn't want his now ex-wife to get any of the money from the business
Wow.
or something like that. Yeah, it was Fitness USA. Apparently they had been around from like the 70s, I think, or something like that. So it wasn't just like some hole in the wall one-off gym that I got suckered into. Like it was like a legitimate like LA Fitness, Planet Fitness, like those kind of places that are like national chains, and I think they're national chains anyway, and they've been around for a while. So I'm like, yeah, this is a good idea and everything. Yeah, no. They went out of business. My money disappeared, and to this day, I'm still very salty about that.
I would.
And for the longest time, I absolutely refused to even set foot in a fitness gym. So much so that I basically turned down this guy that I'm co-hosting with,
Hi, folks.
and
Again.
basically said, in short, he's a loser for going to a place like that. They'll suck all your money out of your wallet, and I want nothing to do with that. And that was my opinion until this week, Wednesday, when I said, you know what? I've been gaining weight, and it's getting to be winter.
I thought you were
So
all
with
about
winter coming,
working
and
out.
with my job basically having me sitting all the time,
Oh.
well, all right, I'll break down and sign up for a gym. So it's the gym's literally like 1 minute away from where I live.
Hooray
which is-
for peer pressure!
And
Wow.
it's the gym membership is only valid at that specific one because I got the absolute cheapest option,
How much is it per month?
$10.
Yeah, that's what mine is.
And basically, I just use the treadmills and the exercise bikes. Interestingly enough, I actually did buy myself a set of weights, but I keep those here where I live at. And I have a friend who's not the mutual friend that we have, but someone else that I know who's actually pretty fitness savvy. So I had him show me some techniques. So yes, I admit it. I was very arrogant and basically said anybody who goes to a gym is a loser. They're suckers. And yeah, lately I've been eating a healthy dose of humble pie.
Like with the writing.
Although I probably shouldn't eat too much of that because I'm gonna they'll negate all my workout and I'll just gain weight again. So I won't be eating too much of that too long.
So you don't go for a bike ride every day?
That would entail me hauling a bike up an entire flight of stairs that are very steep.
Oh, you're on a second floor?
Heck yeah.
Oh.
I was originally supposed to be on a first floor, and then they moved me up to the second floor. So before I moved in, it wasn't because of anything that happened. Basically, they didn't have the place ready for me. They're like, well, you can have the second floor.
Yeah, well, you're lucky. We had crack dealers above us.
You sure they were crack?
Drug dealers, anyway. Still. We had drug dealers above us.
Maybe they were weed or meth dealers.
You never know, but
And
still.
you know that besides the fact that they lived above you because you went
Her
times.
mother overheard an argument on how the girlfriend was upset on how lazy the guy was, and he said, well, I got this nice drug deal going down, so I'm going to get a lot of money here in a minute.
and then you heard gunshots
Was that the
popping
night
up.
that they got violent?
Probably.
Oh,
No,
yeah.
but it was close enough.
We had to call the police on them.
Yeah, no. They were
Yeah, I
fine.
would definitely call the police if I overheard something like that.
Oh, I called the police because it sounded like one of them hit the girl that was living there. Oh, and even more interesting, there was a small child.
I would definitely call the
Anyway,
police, too,
moving on
without
from
hesitation.
the
Depressing
insane.
This is madness scene.
Very true. Okay, then fine. I'll continue the more insane. Star Wars Battlefront 2
I like that title.
will be out in fall of 2017 in time for Star Wars Episode 8. Duh.
Wait, Battlefront 2 is in the sequel to the one that came out last year.
Yup.
Yeah, they really
Game
should've
that
called it something
only-
else.
Us actually liked playing, and like everyone else hated it, or something like that.
Pretty much. Yup.
It was fun. I mean, we had a blast playing the multiplayer. Playing as Boba Fett was the best.
Oh, so good.
Especially when you did the mode where everybody was hunting you and you could just like kill everybody really easily.
We did so good
Which
as
one
Boba
was
Fett.
that?
I can't
Well,
remember.
he was the most broken character in the game. There was that one where it was like a giant airship or something,
Yep.
and he could just like fly up to the top and just camp there and shoot
Oh.
missiles.
I
I
remember
sniped
that.
out
That was
so
like,
many people.
Jakku?
No, it wasn't Jakku. Um, oh my god, there haven't been any DLC releases, have there?
Because they
Really?
released that
They just gave
$50
up on it?
season pass.
I don't think
Honestly.
they've released any DLC for that game. But
So stupid.
That's
Jorgensen,
surprising because that's EA's all about the DLC.
Yeah, that was one of the gripes people had with them.
oh yeah, well, they're making all the DLC for Titanfall all free.
And probably, oh, all free?
Yeah,
Interesting.
it's going to be all free DLC. There's no microtransactions.
Oh,
There's nothing. It's just literally you buy the game, you get everything. There's no crap to it.
there's no microtransactions in Battlefield 1 that I've heard.
But I mean, still, like how they had like the gear, those loot crates that they had in.
Oh, that was in Battlefield 4, though.
Yeah, but like they completely got rid of any bull crap from Titanfall 2.
Loot crate?
Okay.
Yeah, it was something gear crate or whatever. But
Battle-
Like the
Jorgensen,
one weekend?
Yeah.
Jorgensen said in a
Conference call?
an earnings call, we are working very hard on making sure that it is an extremely deep and engaging offer. So, yeah, that's
Hmm.
going to be fun.
They're trying to improve their reputation, sounds like.
Except they shot themselves in the foot by releasing Battlefield 1 and then 2 weeks later releasing Titanfall 2. Titanfield, coming soon.
From Madness Scene Productions.
You haven't done a live action video in some time.
But has there really not been any DLC for that game? I wonder.
Not that I've heard of.
It's not even on Steam. Wow, I didn't know that.
Yeah, it was only on console.
I didn't know that.
Well, the reason why everyone hated it was because it had the same title as the games from like 10 years ago or longer, I think. Like 15 years ago or something like that. And everyone's like, oh, it's nothing like it at all. This is just a phoned in cheap game.
Oh my god.
Richard Branson, though. Should have read that quote.
Season pass.
Yeah, that was the thing that was $50.
They sold a season pass for it and they haven't had any DLC.
There was like
Okay. 4 digital expansion packs, including new and exclusive content. There's something
Content. That could be anything.
There's the Outer Rim, which is Jabba's palace. There's Bespin, Cloud 9, the Cloud City. Sorry.
Mm-hmm.
There's the Death Star, and then there's Rogue One Scarif.
Isn't that supposed to be the spin-off movie, Rogue One?
Yeah. It looks... actually, you know what? I can't say that because I haven't seen anything about it.
You're about to say it looks good and just assume that.
you saw the poster.
I mean, from what I've seen, like, the oh my god. Dengar and Lando are in the Bespin DLC. That's cool. That's funny. No, from the trailer that I saw, it looked pretty cool. Death Star DLC. Jump into space and dogfight among one of the most iconic locations in the Star Wars universe. Expand the battlefront to space.
Oh, so it's a flying only one.
Probably.
So it's dogfighting.
Yeah, okay, so apparently there have been 4 DLCs, but I haven't heard of any of them up
Well,
until
I'm pretty
this
sure
moment.
It said that was the season pass, yeah.
And I absolutely refuse to buy that season pass because there
$50
season passes to is you don't know if they're going to turn out to be any good or not.
Very true.
And overall, like usually, like the total cost is like $60, and they charge you 50 for the season pass.
Yeah,
So it's
my-
like, okay, it's okay. This is one of those marketing things that I think a lot of people fall for. They basically tell you that you're saving money, but you're
Right.
not, because you're actually paying money. How can you save?
You're
when
saving
actually,
$10. That's it.
on the notion that you would have bought
All
the
of
total
them.
$60.
Yeah.
Exactly. And like, okay, like you play a lot of games and then don't really
Sometimes.
put a lot of time into them.
I
Like
will say,
your
sometimes.
Steam library is full of games where you played like 10 hours or less on them.
Yeah.
How much time did we
Isn't that a
play
lot?
Battlefront for? I mean, we had a lot of fun playing it, but I can't imagine it was more than like 30 hours.
Uh, yeah, I would say that's about it. And we got burned out on it. And actually, there are people talking about Battlefield 1, and
They're
saying-
already burnt out on that.
and they're like 30 hours into it. Yeah, it's been out for
See,
2 weeks.
Battlefield 4, I've been playing since like June of last year. So that was after they actually fixed the disastrous release, and I'm still playing it. Like I think I played it last weekend. Like it's a lot of fun. There's not as many people, but
Wait, which one? Sorry.
Battlefield 4. I've been
Oh.
playing that for like a year and a half now, and I mean it's kind of
2
slowing
years,
down.
hasn't it?
I got it in like June last year.
Oh, okay. Because I want to say Battlefield Hardline was out last year.
Yeah, see, I had no interest in playing Battlefield Hardline though. I just thought it was kind of stupid, like a Battlefield game with a cops and robbers setting. It just didn't.
Like, people
Seemed right.
thought it was going to be good, but then it sort of just, like, tanked and everybody forgot about it. I saw some pretty funny videos with it, but other than that, it's like, meh, mediocre and whatnot. They could have... Because, yeah, the cops are totally going to have, like, armored tanks and fully automatic weapons and crap like that.
They would in the Middle East, right?
Yeah, but I don't think it's in the Middle
No,
East. I
no,
think
because
it's, like, in LA.
no, what I heard was like
There's no
helicopters are
TV
really
show.
overpowered because like you don't have anything to shoot them down with. They had like a game mode where like somebody has to get in a car and like drive as fast as they can around the map or something. And like I don't like it sounds like it's a really gimmicky and would be kind of fun for like a little bit, and then you just get tired of it. That's just my opinion. That's why I never really bothered with it. Where Battlefield 4, yeah, you could say that's kind of bland too, but like I just like the fact that hey, you know, Modern Warfare setting, you go and capture the objectives, and really what I like about it is it's a game that doesn't take itself seriously. I mean, like any game that lets you just like parachute in out of the middle of the nowhere and like knife somebody as soon as you land, or like put C4s on a ATV, drive it into a tank, blow it up. That's just a few things. So you know, that's what I enjoyed about it, was that you could just mess around with people and have a good time. I never really played it in the hardcore setting because I'm like, I just want to have fun with this.
Yeah, no, when we had the lounge up and running, like, me and Ben, like, just for kicks, we bought, like, a 24-hour private server. Just for fun. Just to screw around on it and just
Yeah, that sounds really
blow
cool.
people up. Blow each other up, actually. And it was great because we would play on the largest map possible, and we wouldn't find each other for, like, 5 minutes, if not more. And it's like, oh, where are you at? Oh, what's going on? Where are you at?
Oh, so like
Huh?
1v1.
Yeah, it was literally 1v1.
That would be fun, like to do like a sniper duel or something, and like see if
what's the map called? The one with the
Galmud
train.
Railway. Yeah,
Yeah,
Galmud Railway. That one's the best. That one's definitely the best map.
It would be that he would be in the upper left corner, I would be in the lower right corner, and we would just like sort of swap out on the points. But
Yeah.
then eventually it would come out to be like, oh hey, we're actually kind of in the same area, or one of us has a helicopter or a tank, and we're just riding around trying to find the other person and kill them and whatnot. Or the one who is on the ground outside of the helicopter has an RPG and blows the helicopter out of the sky. So,
Yeah.
How much was it to buy a server?
like $1.60 or something.
For like a 24-hour period.
Yeah, for 24 hours.
It's better than I thought.
See, the funny thing about Battlefield was, when I first started playing, I sucked at flying the airplanes. So what I did was I watched some videos like on people like gave you tips on how to do it, and I even watched like an hour-long special on like dog fighting in real life. And after I watched that stuff, I was able to shoot down like 95 out of 100 opponents, because nobody knows how to control the speed on the airplanes. So you just like get it down to the perfect speed, turn around, fly right behind them, and then you just like follow them around everywhere and shoot them down.
Is that how you did some of those snipe shots?
Yeah, so I recorded, with Xbox One, they're all about the highlights, and like when you record stuff, you only record like 30-second snippets. Well, I recorded like hours worth of highlights that I still have not gone through. I was actually going to like post videos to our channel. I already have like 2 or 3 different Battlefield 4 videos out there. One of them was absolutely hilarious because it was one I called, I think, like funny moments or something. And like basically I just messed with people the whole time. Like I would, this one guy'd be like in a Jeep with the machine gun, and I would just like duck below them so I'd be out of their field of view, and then just like sit there and wait to see if they had ever noticed me. But see, that stuff
Oh,
would be,
you're talking about the helicopter one and the train.
that was one of them. Oh man, I wish I was able to record the entire thing, because that went on for like 3 minutes. I basically just got on a Jeep, drove across to the other side of the map, completely surrounded by enemies, and then just like abused the system where you can like hop between the 2 machine guns on the train. I ticked these guys off so much. Like they were flying in a helicopter, and a guy was like trying to snipe me, and I just shot him out of it. And then like he respawned in a tank or something and finally got me. And I didn't care because I was just having too much fun with it.
Oh man, that game was fun.
Yeah. Like I said, it's slowing down a little bit, I think, because, Battlefield 1, the latest and greatest in the series.
Right. I wouldn't be so surprised if people start going back to like Battlefield 4. And
Or are you going back to the beginning? So weird.
oh my god.
They're not even that many numbers ahead, and they're already going back to 1.
It'd be fun to play
Well, it's
Titanfall.
1 because it's World War One. Like, they had...
That's
the
why.
the very first one ever is 1942. And then they had a couple expansions to that, which I actually have. And then they had Battlefield Vietnam, and then they did Battlefield 2. So there was no 1, it was just 2.
Oh.
And
Sounds
then
weird.
there was Bad Company and Bad Company 2.
Which
I
I
think.
heard those were amazing.
Like
From what I've heard, those are like the best ones for multiplayer or something like that. But like, they're so old now, you wouldn't really be able to get very many people to play with.
Do they look like your Medal of Honor?
Like
Series?
PS2.
Yeah, they were like PS2, I think. No, I think Bad Company was like Xbox 360 and PlayStation 3, I think.
PS2.
Bad Company 2.
Yeah.
I think.
I
But
like the song
yeah,
better.
and then they did 3, and then they did 4, and now they're doing 1.
Yeah. Because, numerical systems.
That is
Hey, I
God
mean,
of War
Xbox did it,
chronology.
so
All
you know.
right. So, our current number one fan on YouTube,
Probably the only
Yeah,
one.
thanks for dialing in and listening to us. Really appreciate it.
he asked us, what music do we listen to? Funny thing you should ask.
Do we all
Uh,
have to answer independently?
no, not really. Because I have a feeling that what I'm about to bring up, all of us enjoy to some extent. And that's Metallica's latest single, Atlas Rise.
Oh, the one that you
Probably.
tried to make a joke about with No Man's Sky, but your delivery was so bad that I didn't even realize it was a joke.
Oh my god, it wasn't that bad. It was straight in your face appearance. Like, oh hey, looks like Hello Games is sponsoring Metallica now.
Okay, but see, all right, if I heard you say that, I would have known you were joking. But like,
Alright, I'll
text
take it.
messages are completely void of emotion. So like when you send me a text message, I'm like read it in my head and I'm like okay, I'm pretty sure that's not true. That must just be a coincidence. And
That's
then you're
why.
like, I got jokes. Nobody's laughing at them. So that's because you gotta, not tell jokes over text messages.
That's why you add emojis.
But yeah, Metallica's
Never
great.
uses.
I haven't listened to them in a long time, actually, though. I remember, I think their first album that I listened to was Death Magnetic, and that was like some of the first music in that genre in general that I listened to. Because before that, I've always been a big video game soundtrack guy. So like that was like the first music that wasn't game soundtracks that I had ever listened to, and I'm just like, whoa, this is amazing.
Right, so, it sounds like original. Like something that they haven't done before.
That's cool.
Like,
Yeah,
because I played it for Chrissy, and she was like, oh, who's this? The new Avenged Sevenfold?
That's what it sounded like.
Because Avenged Sevenfold also came out with their newest album, like, the
Yeah.
Friday before.
you had just played the stage for me, and it sounded just like that.
Yeah, and then I remembered,
Interesting.
like, when the stage released, when we were listening to the stage, I'm like, oh, wait, Atlas Rise just released. I'm going to play that for her. And she's like, oh, is this more Avenged Sevenfold? I'm like, nope. And I can't remember who else you said. I think you might have asked about Highly Suspect,
Yeah.
something like that. And then it finally got to the lyrics, and it's like, no, Metallica.
Yeah, I love it.
I saw that drop, and I'm like, all right, I gotta listen to this, and it sounds really good. I'm liking the way that they're going with it, and it seems like everybody else is too, from what I've heard. The Riff likes it, at least the people who I hear on the Riff now enjoy it, and in 2 weeks' time, we shall find out what the rest of the album's like.
That's gonna be cool to listen to. Also, we went to a pretty amazing concert earlier this year, the 4th of July one.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I'm like,
Seether live. Seether's one of my favorite. I thanks to that concert, really, it kind of renewed my interest in them because I hadn't listened to them in a long time, and then I'm like, yeah, these guys rock. I'm glad I went to that concert too because that was a good concert, and then also Shinedown too. Shinedown's really good, which is funny though because I didn't actually realize that they had a new album out, and then I was like, oh wait, they did have a new album out, and I haven't listened to that yet.
I would say the Seether concert was the best for the money because it was free and it was an amazing concert.
Yeah,
'Cause it was
absolutely.
Seether.
It absolutely was. And those
Amazing
guys
bands.
sound great live too.
Oh no,
And
I can't find it.
you'd never expect them to be from South Africa.
So
I knew they were from South Africa.
I literally looked up see their new album, and
And it's coming out next year, probably.
it's apparently made by loudwire.com, and it was 5 questions with Seether's Sean Morgan, and I can't find it.
This is a.
Here it is. What can we expect from you and the rest of Seether for the remainder of 2016? And it's, we have some shows in May, and that's about it. We're busy looking to write a new album now. We toured for about a year and a half, almost 2 years, and it's time to get back in and do some new music. It's amazing how fast 2 years go by, though. I think this year might be pretty quiet for us, but that's good too. You don't want to oversaturate yourself with the radio and stuff. That's the plan to see where we're at. I might start a record company and sign some bands that I like and try and diversify a bit, do something different for a change. Maybe do some producing. I don't know. These are things I'm looking at. So he's gonna start a record company?
Record company.
That's
I didn't See that.
interesting.
This is back in February 23rd of this year, earlier this year.
Hmm.
But oh my god, that show was awesome. It's like you weren't feeling that good. You were in the hospital the morning
I was in the
before.
hospital the night before at like 2 a.m.
Yeah.
And then I'm like,
wow.
I was planning on just like staying home, and I'm like, screw it, I'm going to this concert. Because, you know, how often does your favorite band basically come to your backyard and play?
For free.
Not literally my backyard, but like less than a mile away from my house. So I'm like, I absolutely have to go to this. And that concert was amazing. I love too how like they had the fireworks going off and they actually like paused to watch it.
Well, they pushed it back for the
Yeah,
fireworks.
that's right. They like purposely timed the concert so that it would coincide with
That
the
was great.
Yeah, they
fire-
made an announcement. The band before them is like, so we're gonna go a little bit longer because Seether wants to play during the fireworks. It's like, all right, guys, seriously, that's kind of awesome.
That's something.
That is. They
I
actually
think-
they actually have a they have a sense of humor there.
That's really
That
funny.
seems
And-
like what.
And the thing with like Seether, besides their music being awesome, the reason actually why I got into listening to them a lot was because their stuff is pretty easy to play. Like it's really good music, but like even if you're like a mediocre guitarist, you can play most of their songs. At least that's the experience that I had. Of course, it's been a long time since I did guitar lessons until basically a month ago when I started up again. But now I actually have time because I don't have schoolwork and everything to do. So
Yeah, it's like your life just like reset.
it really did. How long have I been playing guitar? I played it for like 2 years. I think I started in like 2011 and then 2013, and then I got really busy around that time. Never got back into it. And then about a month ago, I'm staring at my guitars here at my place, and I'm like, I got to do something about that.
That's cool.
Yeah, so I'm looking forward to doing that a lot, and I got the video series, and I got the gym membership now. I'm like really busy with good stuff, though. Like busy with good stuff, not with like, gotta study for exams or gotta do this project or
Sounds
something.
way better than exams.
Yeah, I
So-
think I'm pretty much done with school if I can help it.
So to sort of what's the word I'm looking for?
Summarize. Segue.
The segue into the whole life restarting and getting able to do all this stuff. Terpez has just asked, how's the idea going for that book you guys are writing? So,
Yeah, how is it going?
it's
Mister, I'm going to make a bold proclamation that I'm going to have stuff
hey,
written.
and I did. And I don't want to give out my magnum opus to the world just yet.
Magnum
Besides,
opus.
spoilers.
Yeah, spoilers. So,
You gotta say like River Song though.
calm yourself. I will tell you everything after the show. Don't worry. I'm not going to let you go hanging.
So is that going to be like a new video series you're going to do then? Like live readings or like story summary
Or
or
Magnum Opus.
trailers, book trailers? Is that even a thing?
book trailers? Actually,
I'm
yeah.
pretty sure.
Oh,
See, like that's something that you should do, like book trailers. Like,
oh, what was it? I want to say it was The Business of Death.
They had a trailer? Nice.
Of Death. Oh, what was the guy's name? Do you remember?
Trey? Trent?
Book trailer.
Trent? Trent
Well-
is in the name.
Anyway, so we looked up the Business of Death book, and I got the Death Cure book trailer, and then in a Life and Death book trailer. So yeah, there's trailers for books.
There's also in reverse.
They're probably bad, but yeah, I remember I saw one and it was like, oh, main character is put up against so and so. Can he survive? And then it's like, this book coming soon, and it like had the cover of the book.
Speaking of book trailers.
see, now that's pretty cool. Like, if you could do that for like every chapter that you write, that way it wouldn't be spoilers because you would just be doing like a little teaser or trailer. But like you would give a general gist of where things are going. Because to be honest, we don't actually we have a story, but we don't have the details as much. That's the thing that we need to work on. We've had the story for like 4 or 5 years now, the characters and everything, and we've done a lot of thinking about it and put some stuff into writing. Which, by the way, did you read the stuff that I sent you yesterday?
No, I didn't.
Okay.
Trent Jameson is the author of The Business of Death, and that was one of the most interesting takes on like
Grim
death
Reaper?
and the afterlife and the Grim Reaper that I personally have read. And when it ends, it's like, oh man, are you really gonna end it on that? No. This guy pulling out all the stops, he's actually started it up again and is slowly releasing new content for the Business of Death series. And I cannot wait for it.
Is that only
Because-
on ebooks?
I don't know. But his series is called The Deathworks. And so it's the Deathworks trilogy. And, ooh, that's awesome. So it's a Stephen DeSelby adventure. That's his name, the main character's name. And it's The Business of Death. It's a omnibus with 3 books in it. For I want to say it's like at most $20.
Because it's paperback.
Paperback, big huge book, 3 books,
Like
Great
Spans
trilogy.
books.
and it ends, and it's like, ah, I wish he wouldn't have taken it that way. But okay, I mean, it's his work. I can't complain. It was decent. It wrapped everything up nicely and whatnot. And then he's like, oh, here you go. The Memoirs of Death. And it's like a short story. And it's literally about the end of the 3rd book and how some crazy crap starts happening and drags the main character back from whatever happened to him in the third book, because spoilers, and it literally blew my mind. It's like, what is going on right now? This is so good. I want more. And it says right on his webpage, the Deathworks trilogy as it now stands. Though I am writing a fifth and sixth book, just slowly.
Yeah, that's like us, except add like 20 more slowlies.
Yeah,
And
it's just it was so good.
speaking of creepy things, there's this video series that the author turned into a series of books that you would either be terrified by or really enjoy.
Which one's that?
Katie Towell. They're like in the form of kids' books, but I wouldn't read this to a kid.
I absolutely love it. And speaking of which, Stephen King just did like a children's book, except it's like
yeah.
terrifying.
You know, that's because Stephen King's probably out of ideas by now. I mean, he's done so much crazy stuff.
What?
Look it up.
No. What? This?
No,
Oh,
the Katie Towell.
that's fine. Oh my God. Okay.
Charlie. Oh, that's perfect.
I get what this is. This is the thing that James was talking about. So the overview on Barnes and Noble is from Stephen King's The Dark Tower. Fans of Stephen King's The Dark Tower will definitely want this picture book about a train engine and his devoted engineer. Engineer Bob has a secret. His train engine, Charlie the Choo Choo, is alive,
I love
and
that
also
name.
his best friend.
Charlie the Choo Choo.
So, yeah, it's a children's book in the Dark Tower series that like actually exists. So it's like the new Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them. It's a book in the Harry Potter universe,
but it's a completely different style.
You want to
Right.
give it to Jackson?
I don't know about that. 'Cause that is one creepy ass train.
Oh, come on. It looks like Thomas the Train Engine if it wasn't a cartoon.
No, it doesn't.
You
Look at that shit.
What? He looks happy.
It looks
Those
like
are teeth.
it looks like he's catering these kids off to feast upon their souls.
But they look so happy.
Knowing Stephen King, it probably would be something like
No.
that.
See, you read it, and if it's fine, then you give it to
That kid
Jackson.
looks like he's yelling for help. That girl looks like she's crying. This thing looks like it's just, yeah, I'm eating good
Oh,
tonight.
he looks happy, and one of those kids has a balloon.
The reason that this guy looks happy is like, okay, I finally got some kids. Now Charlie's not going to eat me tonight. It's like, this one creepy ass looking train.
Well, did you see the cover?
Look at that thing! No, that is evil.
I see. But he looks sad there, at least. Hey,
Okay.
Charlie the Choo Choo.
Okay, no.
is-
That is the most evil,
What
demented.
Oh, wow.
That is the
This-
most demented looking train I have ever seen.
How about the demented little golden book?
I didn't see it.
Don't worry, we won't kill you.
Sure, yeah. Except that train's definitely gonna kill him.
I showed it. I pointed it out.
And so talking about, tones and everything, something else just started up a couple weeks ago. So tomorrow's episode 3 of volume 4 of Ruby. And I know you've seen it, because I'm pretty confident Dan held the gun to your head and made you watch it. At least that's
Held
what
the gun
it
to my head and made me watch it.
Yeah, I could have sworn you saw Ruby from Rooster Teeth.
I think the only time I've ever watched it was when I actually met Dan in person for the first time, like 3 years ago.
Yeah, that makes sense.
I remember we kind of watched it or something, I'm not a huge anime guy, but
Well, it
Well,
wasn't completely anime.
well, I
it's it,
digress.
it's animation, that kind of style. So
So cartoons are out for you?
no, actually, I enjoyed cartoons a lot as a kid. Certain ones that I won't mention because certain someone on the show didn't like it.
SpongeBob.
That
You
was one of
liked
them.
it too
But
when you
but
were younger.
but no. The best cartoon I think was Hey Arnold, because that one.
Boo!
Oh no
Wow.
no no, that one was great. Trust me.
Boo!
No, it was very good because here's the thing. It was
Wow.
actually like a thinking person's show, which is what I've always been. So
I would
that's why I
watch it.
enjoyed it so much because it actually like every episode actually had like a meaning behind it. Like SpongeBob's like mindless slapstick fun kind of thing, but like
And it
this show
gets.
actually like was legit with
And
the
it
stuff
sounds you could
that
never
they actually portrayed
forget.
in it and everything. Really good. I
Okay, so
enjoyed it. I enjoyed a lot of it. In fact, me and my sister had been watching it a couple of years ago, and then my brother found like this really shady full complete series um, of it on DVD, and we watched a ton of episodes of it. I don't think I ever got through all of them. The funny thing too is apparently the show had like a loose storyline that
Yeah.
at some arbitrary point they decided we're gonna make this a story, and then they tried to make a movie out of it, but did so bad with it it flopped, and then all the fans were like, "You got to do this right. You got to bring out this." Because they teased this one idea for it, um, and never got around to actually producing it, and like a couple of years ago when I was watching some of the episodes on YouTube, I was surprised there's actually a lot of people who were like commenting on it and like, yeah, man, this show
Wow.
was great back in its time. So I'm definitely not alone in that. You guys just don't know good children's
I
no,
TV.
remember
I
That's
would
they.
all.
watch it.
I remember they did win a little Amazing Spider-Man in one episode because they went back to the what happened to his parents.
Also, fun fact of that show too. Apparently, someone was a Detroit Tigers fan because they had like several episodes where they had this character who was a professional baseball player, and like
Boom.
his name was
Terpez knows
completely
what's up. I'm interrupting you. Terpez,
okay.
you know what's up. You got my props towards you, good sir or ma'am, whichever one you are.
Let's see.
Ed and
Rocket
Eddie.
Power, I
Boom.
watched a little bit of.
And
Ed, Ed and
Rocket
Eddie, I was
Power.
not allowed to watch.
You
Scooby
are
Doo is great.
Oh,
tops, sir.
Looney Tunes is great too. There was a oh my gosh, there was a compilation they did. I think it was from like the late '90s where or '80s, excuse me, late '80s where they took a bunch of episodes and they made a spoof on Ghostbusters, and I think it was called Daffy Duck's Quackbusters. And
I see that.
this was legit. We used to like go to the video store and like get this for free on the cassettes,
What? Because it was
and
kids videos.
I would watch this and I want to see it again. It was that good. I remember as a kid watching it. It was that good. It was like all of the Looney Tunes episodes that had like a darker kind of tone to them.
That's
And then
great.
it had like an overarching story that was original to the compilation. So they kind of like made it into a movie, but like it would like have the main story of it, and then it would go into like a flashback or something that was actually like a clip of old episodes.
Nice.
That's
And
awesome.
then they would lead back into the main story, and then they would
Okay.
go into another clip, and then they would lead back in. Oh my gosh, I want
Wow.
to see it so bad
I
now,
wish
and
more
I
shows
have
would
not
do
found
that.
it anywhere.
All right. So going back to what started this tirade,
Mm-hmm.
so Volume 4 of Ruby has begun. And so far it's pretty good. There is one thing that just bugs me. It got under my skin and I just ran with it, and it's like
Uh-oh.
there's a problem here. And that problem is, with no spoilers for anyone who might be a fan of it, who might not have seen it for whatever reason, it's free on YouTube to watch. So at the end of Volume 3, which this show started off as, happy-go-lucky, funny, goofy show about, a group of kids who fight monsters, and it's like has awesome fight scenes and wacky, crazy weapons. It has a scythe that turns into a sniper rifle. Like, kind of out there and whatnot. It's wacky, goofy, not that serious of a tone. At the end of Volume 3, total tone shift, where it's like, oh, now we're getting deep, dark, and serious about this one. People died, main characters died, just goes overboard with darkness. It literally sees a main faction crumble to the ground in like one night. People are
There's only 2
dismembered.
factions.
This is in the new release?
This is at the end of Volume 3, so last year's.
Okay.
So it's like, it went dark way fast, way quick, and it kept it throughout like the episode, and then it's like, oh, but the hope is on the horizon, and then it ends. The thing is, when it starts back up, Volume 4, it's like, alright, kind of starts off with that creepy vibe, starts off with the bad guys, and it's like the aftermath of the climactic battle of Volume 3.
They're trying to pull themselves together.
Not necessarily, but like this is just the bad guys first.
Oh,
So Cinder and them and whatnot. It just shows the after effects
it kind of
of
seemed like that in their first scene in the volume.
with Cinder and bad guys.
With Ruby.
Oh yeah, no, for sure. It's like they're still trying to like get over this, but at the same time they just drop like scenes of absurd happiness in like an otherwise a grim looking show. No pun intended, because that's what the monsters are called. So it's like a total tone shift, and it keeps going back and forth, back and forth. It's like, we're a super serious show with crazy bad guys who are obviously trying to kill these kids. They're like, I want to say 15 or 16 at the time.
Yeah, they're like high school age.
They're not even 20. Yeah, they're high schoolers. Grown-ass adults want to murder these kids in cold blood because they are getting in their way. But then it's like, oh, that guy's got a bunny on his hoodie, so it's funny. And they try to be just like slap happy
What?
about it.
That was pretty funny.
And it's like,
That's pretty random.
yeah. And like, that's the thing, because normally it's like, that's what that show was about. What silly thing did John do this time? And whatnot. And yet, later on, in either that episode or like pretty early on in the next episode, you see that this character is clearly going through some serious shit. Because he
All while wearing a bunny hoodie.
because
You don't see it.
he literally saw, or basically like realized that there was his main love interest, someone who cared about him deeply, literally die right in front of him.
The only.
Oh no,
Hmm,
not
that
right in front of
will-
him.
That
No.
will do a little something to your emotions.
Not right in front of him, but like the night that she confessed to him, it's like, yeah, she's dead now. And it's like,
that sucks. Yeah.
okay, so he's clearly going through some heavy shit.
Like,
And it's like obviously affecting him. and he's holding it all inside. But then, like, the next day, it's wacky, zany, and happy-go-lucky. It's like, guys, just pick which route. You went down. You went
Well,
down
I
a
mean, there's
route.
nothing wrong with having a little bit of like comic relief, but yeah, I can see what you're.
Yeah, but like they're
Starting the season over though, so maybe they're going for something else.
true, but like they introduced the concept and went down a path where it's like you probably don't want to go back down there, or at least having such a contrast, like flip flop between the
Well,
two.
can you
It's like
can you
dark, serious.
can you
dark.
imagine like in our writing if something like that happened?
I
You
mean, I
know,
know we're wacky about it, but like that's apparent from the beginning, and it sort of sticks through it.
yeah.
Well,
My whole plan
actually,
was
I gotta
well,
take that back.
well,
I
my plan for the first part was to make it kind of like obviously stuff happens, but like kind of it was just in the character's personality to always have like a positive kind of attitude and make a joke out of everything. At least one of the characters. The other character is not amused by anything.
and
Um,
and you know what?
but that's what makes it even funnier.
I'll admit it because I kind of did that in part 3 where like it was happy go lucky. It's these new recruits of
Oh yeah, that was that's
basically
still how it's gonna go, right?
oh yeah, for sure. But like it's basically recruits who are like, "Yeah, we got everything going for us."
It almost seemed to me like the plot of a video game at the beginning, where it's like totally
Sure.
carefree. Hey, you're in training. Go beat up these guys. Yeah, it's a lot of fun. Dun
Makes it
dun
seem like
dun.
And you know
and then
what?
something serious happens, and then like the whole rest of the game is just like super serious.
And you
It's
know
like
what?
it reminds me of that kind of.
I'm fine with that
I like how you took it though.
because like I'm a fan of video games. If my story was a video game, I would play the hell out of it.
Oh, I know you would because it's your own idea.
See ya, Terpes. Thank you for joining us. We're probably going to be going for another 15 minutes, so if you want to tune in later and listen to the rest of it next time. or
Yeah,
at a
thanks for
different time.
joining. Really appreciate it.
Yeah,
Good to hear from
I'm
you, and
glad
hope
we
to hear
have
from you some more later
a
too.
live listener.
Yeah, we have a fan.
Got to start somewhere.
So yeah, but like, I had it at that point in time where it's like, it's sort of happy-go-lucky. Everything's going great for these guys, and then something serious happens, and it's like, no, this is the reality of the world that you live in. Deal
Yeah,
with
I
it.
mean that's a good writing style. That's not exactly my style, but I can definitely appreciate that.
The thing is, though, is that I kept with that,
Hmm.
and so like after like the first maybe quarter of it, it stays with that tone, and it's not just like, oh hey, we're going on a wacky mission for this guy to like buy his beer or something like that. Like I don't
And then
just
they have
drop
to like
that.
beat up. They have to beat up people along the way just so they can get that 6-pack of beer bottles.
Right. I don't just like drop that out of nowhere, and
Yeah. Oh no, like
that's
I
kind of how
definitely-
I feel that the volume 4 of Ruby's going. It like I said, it's on its second episode,
Yeah,
Chrissy
it's a
said
little
they
too
just
early to
reset
call,
it.
I think.
and it's like you we'll only
They've-
know when it goes.
Maybe it's to show that it's been some time, so it's not as dark. They're going for a slightly
True.
happier tone.
I think it said that it's only like 8 months after
Yeah.
the end of volume 3,
oh,
something like
so,
that.
Yeah. I mean, it's a time where you're probably still getting over losing people, but it's been a while, so you're somewhat over it.
But there is obviously like PTSD
Yeah.
with 2 of the characters at least, and one of them notices one. So like
there's obviously still
couple
some
A, the girl in couple A notices that guy in couple A is dealing with some heavy stuff. And in couple B, girl in couple B notices that the guy is going through some heavy stuff in couple B as well. So the girls in the team that make up that they have in volume 4 are like still like dealing with it. Like one of them has nightmares, the other one you don't know about much, but like it's the guys that show it the most. Like when they come up to an attacked town, like one of them's like, we gotta go, it's not safe here and whatnot, and he looks down and he's like, he's obviously disturbed by the fact that there are monsters around somewhere close in the vicinity, and he is uncomfortable about it. And it's like, that's, if it's gonna go with that, it throws me off so much when it's just like, ooh, wacky zany stuff out of nowhere. It's like,
Yeah, I guess I can see that.
and I can get it, and I'll admit it. It's episode 2. Episode 3 comes out tomorrow, and we'll see how it goes.
Yeah, maybe episode 2 of our podcast should be retitled Overreactions to the New Series of Ruby.
No, our episode is titled, Is There a Doctor in the House? Because
Yes, I see
am
that.
the Ancient One.
No, it's because of you saw a certain movie. Yeah.
Right, but there's a character in Doctor Strange called the Ancient One.
Okay.
So that's where that came from.
Oh, well, good thing. I don't think I used that title for a character in the story I'm writing right now.
Oh, man, I just realized that.
I don't
Although,
think so.
hey.
I think, or did I? Maybe I did use that.
Ooh. Okay, we can talk about our story. No spoilers, no character details whatsoever.
Yeah, I think this would be a good topic to send it out on.
Yeah. Oh, get this, because this is what I've been writing.
Okay, yeah, I want to hear this actually because I have not seen it.
I'm introducing the main villain of Part 3 in the prologue.
Just like
of
I'm
Part 3.
introducing the main villain of Part 1 with what I'm writing.
But they're the same thing.
Yeah,
So,
kind of.
we've got the ending of Part 2, and then the reintroductions
The
of-
reincarnation of...
the reintroduction of your main villain from your little series that you're doing right now, who
Mhm.
comes back. So, like, he sort of goes away and pulls the strings behind the scenes and whatnot, and stuff happens. No spoilers, no details. I want to keep this a secret.
All right.
But he goes away for a bit, pulls the strings behind the scenes, and then comes back. And so, in that time frame, he realizes, well, no, he doesn't realize what exactly he is. So he's kind of got amnesia. So, bringing him back, it's like, where am I? What am I doing right now? What's going on?
Why do I have so much power?
Not yet. He realizes it, and it's like a switch where it's like, oh,
It's the main character.
oh, that's who I am.
Oh,
shit.
this just got a lot better.
Oh.
It's like, oh, it's so good. It's in my head, and it looks so pretty on paper. I love it. I'm
Good.
so happy.
Now you got to read my stuff because I finished chapter 2.
I am so happy how this is going down so far, and I'm super stoked to finish it. It's like, shaking with excitement.
You said you'd have it ready for me tomorrow.
There's something ready. He's written something.
That's better than nothing. I'd like to see it.
Yeah, I can have I can probably write a bunch tonight. I want to go out and get Taco Bell. I'm
I have a
hungry.
Taco
Whenever
Bell
you
really
stay
close to
up
me,
late,
actually.
You always want Taco Bell.
Maybe we can both do the same thing.
Hey, you know what?
I got a
would
Taco
be
Bell
good?
like literally
Like you meet up
2
somewhere.
minutes away from my place.
Where is
You
it?
meet-
The one on Shaner? Which
I'm
one are you
at
talking
the
about?
land of you know
Livonia?
where, not Not the house, the apartment.
Oh, I thought you were back at home.
It's the weekend.
No. No, I go back to the house on Saturdays usually.
Oh.
Well, it'll be Saturday in like 15 minutes, 45 minutes.
That's about how much time it takes me to travel.
Yeah, so we can meet at the Taco Bell and then you can go
It'd be
home.
really cool if you met up while you wanted to both do some writing. That would be
Mhm.
perfect.
All right, let's send this fantastic ship off to its voyage.
Can I show you that video series I was talking about?
Yeah,
Okay.
after. All right, folks. Thank you for joining us for episode 2. I hope you had fun. We had a viewer. That's not us. Oh my God, that's so awesome.
Someone
Yeah,
that
thanks,
was actually-
Pays, for
someone
showing up and
was
listening to us. Really
chatting.
appreciate it.
That was
I
great.
swear to God, we didn't
Thank
pay them
you.
off.
No, we would never do that. No, but seriously though, this is a good start to the podcast. I really like this.
I think his
I'm thinking
chat
about
was a
actually even
little-
setting up like some other ways we can promote this.
Yeah, actually,
with the Pure BS Network.
no. Well,
I'll
I
leave
gotta
that to
work that
Marshall.
out. I gotta
Yeah.
work that out with those guys.
Okay.
Because apparently they're not accepting any more applicants for their
Auditions.
yeah, pretty much. They're not accepting any
'Cause
more
It
auditions.
sounded like they wanted to, or Steven wanted to add you.
But since like they know me, I've been on their show before.
And we still got to do that live action thing for them.
Yeah, that kind of dried up because they've
Okay.
just been going. That it's been like 2
Month
months.
or 2 months. Yeah.
Yeah, I did give them the ad read that I did, and they
Okay.
use it literally every episode.
Oh, they actually
Oh.
used something you wrote up for them?
Yeah,
Yeah. Well, what
That's
if they
pretty
told
cool.
you about it? Do they like it?
yeah. They say that I need a pop filter for my microphone.
What's that?
It stops that from happening. It's a fancy radio thing to increase quality or
Oh.
whatnot.
Okay.
But yeah, I'm actually working on I'm going to be working on setting up a Twitter account.
For our channel?
Well, the
Did-
podcast mainly, but
For the
sure.
podcast,
So the one
okay.
you've been looking at is
So-
yours?
I was
Yeah.
thinking we would set one up for the channel. That way I can go on it too and
That would
give
include the
updates for
podcast.
my series as well.
Yeah, I mean, I could probably do that. I mean, we have an email for the channel, so
So just use that.
it would be easy enough. It's just like Madness Scene, the home of the Social Outcast podcast.
And also Games Lost to the Ages.
Right.
Can't forget about that now.
Oh,
can-
this is so good. Yay.
Why haven't we done this earlier?
I know.
I
That's all I
love
have to
this.
say.
I have honestly been thinking about doing this for like the past 2 months. Never had the stones to do it. It's like, you know what? No, screw it. I'm gonna do it. I don't care.
It definitely brings about
That's
passionate
the attitude.
conversation.
Hey, for Games Lost to the Ages, I originally came up with the idea for it in like 2012.
Wow.
and didn't start doing it until December of last year, which I'm almost coming up on the 1 year anniversary for that.
That was-
That's gonna be pretty cool. I'm probably gonna like make like a big thank you video and everything that I'll publish on the day of the 1 year anniversary for it,
Nice.
and maybe even some like peek at take a peek at some things I'm going to be doing in the future with it. Which, by the way, you still want to do that collab
Yes.
for that one
Yes.
game? Okay, we'll have to set that up. We'll set that up off air so
Yeah.
that we can keep that as a pleasant surprise for our fan base.
Oh, that's gonna be so good.
Yeah,
That's
a
gonna be
game
fun.
that I played the heck out of as a kid, and a game that you really enjoyed too.
I really enjoyed it. I didn't get to play it much. I really wanted to play it much. It's like,
Well, I have a feeling you'll probably be doing most of the playing then.
if it's what I remember, I get through like the first 4 missions, and then it's just like, yeah, I can't do this anymore.
Well, that's always where I can kick in at.
Sure. I'll start it off strong.
Hey, that's the spirit.
All right. Well, final thoughts. I just noticed Herpes asked us about horror movies. I shall recommend a horror movie for this lovely Thanksgiving holiday season. It's a series,
Because Halloween just passed.
Scream?
right? The Evil Dead series, guys.
Oh,
Cult
Ash
classic.
versus the Evil Dead. You mean that show?
Yeah.
Yeah, you
That show is
see
great.
that
I
too,
love
bet.
that show.
Are you serious, or are you just screwing with me right now?
Dude, I watched the whole first season. I've seen Army of Darkness. I've seen snippets of the
Wow.
first two movies.
The hell, are you
Bruce,
serious right now?
Bruce Campbell, dude. Bruce Campbell's amazing.
You're screwing with me.
No, I'm not. You know what? We can make this a topic for the next
Adam
podcast.
Scott's
Oh
great.
my god, dude, so much. I desperately got to finish Army of Darkness now.
Army of
I
Darkness
haven't
is
you.
great. I mean, I just like Bruce Campbell as an actor in general. He's very comedic, and the stuff that he does is
Wow.
just really funny.
This guy's really excited now.
Oh my god,
Incredible.
I just had my mind blown.
You didn't? I thought for sure I've shown you. I thought for sure I've shown you YouTube videos of when he did. What was the name of the show? It's one where he's the Daring Dragoon, and he's out in like a Pacific island, and he has to mess around with the French there, Le Capitaine and Le Gouverneur. Oh, that show was amazing.
Nope. No,
I
you have not.
never told you about that. Oh my gosh, that's on YouTube. Just look up the Daring Dragoon. You'll see it.
All right, episode 3. You're hearing it here first. We're gonna discuss Ash versus the Evil Dead.
Heck yeah.
All right, folks. That's all the time we have for it. Again, your host, Legacy of Marsh,
And Blitz, your host from Manacine. Thanks for watching.
along with.
The Radical Machine.
Just go with the Radical Ed or Love Machine. I don't care.
But I like both of them. So I combine them now.
Take your pick. She'll be whichever one you want.